Hang on 1 second. We're figuring out some stuff for tonight, which is pretty exciting. So we are going to have Squad 2 Deep and Dynasty are going to be the two people going at it, which is going to be exciting stuff. Let's see if I can find everybody and make sure everyone's all here and ready to go. So far it looks pretty exciting stuff. We got some new people that are going to be coming in. We're going to be doing a dual cast, which I'm excited about. We haven't done one of those. We did one of those just the other day. Which will be pretty cool. I'm excited for it. All excited. All good things. Positive stuff going to be happening, which is going to be cool. But yeah, other than that, PVL. That's all we're going to be doing tonight. And then after that, we'll probably do some viewer games, hang out for a little bit, all the fun stuff. And then, yeah, currently right now, just kind of looking around, seeing if I need to finish any quests. Because you know you always got to finish some quests. Gotta finish them quests. But I'm just looking around. Our guild's grown pretty quickly, which is awesome. Gotta love that. And definitely with everything from the I'm turbulent and you are cool. Everything that's in the I'm gonna change that. Chuckles, how you doing, bud? Man, we're not getting any good songs today on our random playlist. Chuckles, how you doing, bud? You ready for some games tonight? We're gonna do some viewer games after the stream, which will be pretty cool. So I hope you're ready for that. And then after that, we're gonna do some PVL. We're gonna have Rest that's gonna be commentating, which is gonna be awesome. Do you play what? You play video games? Or just casting the game? No, I'm just casting. So I'll be playing after GB, after the tournament. But yeah, that's what I kind of plan on doing. Is just go right after the tournament. We'll do some viewer games and go from there. Which will be cool. I'm excited about that. You've been better, McChuckles? What's going on, bud? You gotta stay positive, man. No matter how bad things are getting, or if you're not feeling good or anything like that. On a positive note, you hit gold 4 on the Switch. My dude. Yo, are the seasons different on the Switch? I'm kind of curious because like if they are, I'm about to try to play like 10 games tonight. Because what season ends in like 3 days. Woo. I hit Masters on this account, so I mean I could do something like that. I'm kind of curious, and I'm sorry again. There's a 20-second delay, by the way, so just in case you guys were wondering. Let's turn this down just a smidge. There we go. That should be good. But no, that's awesome. I definitely want to play some more of the Switch. Actually, I should go do that real quick. Maybe I'll go grab it. And then mess with it, because we got about 20 minutes. That should be good. I'm going to grab it real quick. I found out most likely I'm gonna have to have surgery on my shoulder, and I think the seasons are separate since it's vanilla AV. Oh, got you, dude. What happened to your shoulder? Holy shit, that sounds awful. Is it from your what do you do? It's not kickboxing. I want to say kickboxing. I know it's not that though. Trying to recall. But if so, man, that sucks. My buddy, just to tell you a story, my buddy used to play volleyball. He didn't play like, he played with the professional people, but not professionally, I should say. He played with like local professionals, so like people in the that would probably go on to play in like with professionals or whatever. But anyways, at the school here. And what ends up happening is that he ended up doing a bunch of damage to his shoulder that's like super like, it's crazy how much damage that stuff can do to you. It's very crazy. Degeneration of my bone in my AC joint. Too many years of crap. Oh, really, dude? Oh my god. Oof. I feel for you. I do a lot of running. And this week, my knees have been a little, what's it called? Like a little sore that they shouldn't be. Like normally your legs are sore, not your knees. But like my knees are like, wait a minute, you need to calm down. I'm like, oh god, I don't got time for that. No, please no. But yeah, buddy, best thing you can do is just stay positive, you know? I know it's like hard to kind of think about, especially when like stuff like that's happening to you, but it's probably some of the best advice I can give you. Like and also like do something, like don't even just like, I know it's easy to say, oh, just think positively, but like actually do something positive for yourself. It does a lot that you wouldn't imagine. All right, we are downloading Arena of Valor right now. So while we're waiting for that, I'm gonna double check. Yep, I'm good. But yeah, dude, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's crappy. That's really crappy. Yo, maybe does anyone else have this issue? So my Switch downloads at like a snail pace. I don't know what the deal is. I have the fastest internet and it downloads super slow, and I don't get it. I just really don't get it. It sucks because it's my second surgery this year, really. I thought we were literally watching him play this without seeing the screen. Oh, no. I'm just downloading it right now. Nothing too crazy. Just trying to figure out why it's so damn slow. Super slow. So weird. But yeah, dude, second surgery in a year. Oh my god. I haven't had surgery. Oh, I know I had surgery once. Did you play it on the beta? I did. Which was fun. I can download gigs at a second. You're telling me that's as far as you've gotten? That right there does not look like gigs, Nintendo. Search for a friend code. How do I find my friend code? Oh, there it is. Oh my god, you gotta copy that damn thing? Ugh. You can buy a USB to Ethernet converter for faster webs. Really? Ooh. But like, okay, for instance, if I deleted Arena of Valor on here and installed it again on my phone, it would download in a second. You know what I'm saying? It's the same Wi-Fi. Like, what's going on here? I've been good. Team is licking our wounds after last night's loss. Oh, you guys lost? Oh, damn, dude. Oh, wait. That was the game that I casted, right? Yeah, it was. How about you? How's life in Rainland? It's good. I've been, like I was saying to Mick Chuckles, like, trying to do pretty positive things. There's been a lot of negative stuff that's been happening recently. So trying to stay positive as best I can. So like, just doing like little things here and there just to make things a little bit better, which is cool. But other than that, yeah, no, life's been fine. I got a pretty good raise at my job, which is awesome. So that's something positive that's happening. What else? I don't know. Not much else. Streaming's fun. Love it. Taking time off is like the hardest thing to do. Isn't as robust. Yeah, dude, what is up with that? How is that possible? It's like the thing they need to have on the Switch is a great Wi-Fi card, and they don't have it. So weird. So weird. Raise is awesome. Congrats. Thanks, buddy. It was kind of I kind of forced them into giving me a raise in a weird way. I was like, hey, by the way, you guys aren't paying me what I should be. I'm going to just go find another job. And then they're like, whoa. What do you want to be paid? And I said some crazy number, and they were like, okay. I was like, sweet. So that was my life. So now I can afford to do more streams and fun things. I think what I want to do next year is like fly someone out to TwitchCon. I think that would be something like really cool. I think that'd be super fun. Like just to like be like, hey, yo, who wants to go? You know what I mean? I think that'd be pretty neat. But obviously they'd have to be like old enough to get a hotel or something like that. $1 million. I wish it was $1 million. That'd be awesome. Be so cool. But no, not $1 million. Holds pinky to mouth. Yes. Love it. But yeah, I think that would be really cool. Like save up for like a year and then like I don't know. Maybe it would be like some of the really dedicated subs or something like that. I don't know. I've been trying to think of something cool to do for really dedicated subs and stuff like that. I really need to get better at that. I volunteer as sacrifice. Volunteer as tribute. McChuckles, where do you live again? I know I always ask you. I keep expecting it to be California, and I know it's not. I think it's like, what is it? Vix, PVL. How you doing, Vix? Welcome. Good to see you. Almost 30. There ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with 30. 30's the new 20. Listen to Jay-Z. He knows. He wrote a song about it. Zoro, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Look, buds. All you guys that were asking about the Switch, I have it. It's downloading. You see it right there. So we'll be playing that this weekend. More in likes. More in likes. The biggest thing that I want to have happen, going back to like positive things, is to be partnered by in less than a month, which I don't think it's gonna happen. Chicago, Chuckles, we live pretty close to each other, like 8 hours away. It's pretty cool. But God, I really want to get partnered, so I just don't know how to do it. I just don't know how to push for it. Like, what do I do? I feel like I need to promote myself more on like social media and stuff like that, but I don't know. I have such a hard time with social media because I'd rather just talk to people and like typing and stuff like that. I feel like it's so disingenuous. You know what I mean? Like when I say, "Oh my God, that's so amazing," or when I type it, it's like, "Do you really mean that? Do you really mean that?" You know what I mean? I don't know. I've given up on like Facebook, so gotta promote, man. I know Twitter. I know. I'm trying to use Twitter more. It's just so difficult. Flash a wink, shake your booty. I mean, I'm down. I can definitely do that. I'd rather do that than social media. Facts. For sure. Instagram, I know I need to get better at that. Do you really laugh out loud? Always. If I type it, I'm laughing out loud. And if I put rolling on the floor laughing, you know that that's some serious stuff. That's how you know. Where do I live? I live in Nebraska, so pretty close. Pretty close. But yeah, gotta figure that out. I really need to. I know that that's a skill that I haven't utilized in the past year that I've been streaming, and it's definitely hurt me a lot, which is unfortunate. And I've definitely grown slow because of it, but I don't know what else to do. I just need to get better at it, but I don't even know like what to do. I guess I don't know. I feel like when I go to try to make a post or something like that, I feel like everyone has said everything and I don't even know what to say, so it's kind of weird, but just weird. All right, let me find this. All right, PVL is gonna be starting in about 5 minutes. All right, so I'm gonna get ready to get the game started. Rest is gonna be joining us for our first game today, which will be really cool. Excited to talk to him, and he's gonna help me cast the first game, which will be awesome. So really excited to get to talk to him. I've never talked to him before, so this will be like a first to see what's going on. Most of Twitter is people sharing other people's shares. It really is, and I think that I find that interesting. Things you find interesting: dog pictures, games. Yep, it's true. But that's the thing, is I don't have a dog, and like I want to post about dogs, but then it's always whatever. Rain deserves partner big time. All these giveaways, etc. That's the thing, is that like I don't know. I'm not in it for the money. I just want to like I don't know, do fun stuff. Best hooker NA. That's right. You know it. Premier, thank you so much, bud. For them hosts. Them hosts coming in, though. Shouldn't you be streaming? What's going on here? By the way, the new tags in the game, like the things that are like below the title and stuff like that. Crepe, what's up? How you doing, lady? The things under the, that's so weird. They completely like broke the stuff. Cuddles, how you doing? You have 3 dogs? Chuckles, you better be posting them things. Pig, my dude. Look at you guys all coming in. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Super Soaker 2, everyone's coming in? Is it 20s again? What do you mean? What do you mean 20s? What you mean with these 20s? Oh my god, some of this music, like, just isn't for me. It's not for me. Like, that song's fine, and I get how you can like it and all that stuff. I'm looking for some, like, just upper beats, not like this cheesy, it's almost cheesy kind of song. I'm just going off of this playlist. I'm making my own, so I apologize if some of the songs are big turds. Is it 20 seconds again? Yes, it is 20 seconds again. Good, exciting to see HK. What's up? PVL, what's up, buddy? You better be ready. Lobby codes are out. I am excited to get this going. So things are looking good. I'm going to check. Just hasn't shown up just yet, so I need to watch the stuff. This is clap chat, by the way. Yeah, dude, I always wonder. I'm like, there's like 3 people that could be. Aren't you streaming, bud? Hang on, let me check the time. Bud, you go. I thought you were supposed to go live here soon. It's browser. Oh my god, that meme has become something crazy. Browsette is like all over the place, and it is just blowing my mind. Blowing my mind. And honestly, the cosplays are crazy. Crazy. The fact that it became a meme and then people have cosplayed it already, and like it's so much meme all over the place. Internet is lovely. Internet is so lovely. BVV forfeited? Oh my god, what? They just didn't have a thing? Basically Bowser with the super crown. Yes, it is. It's so true. We just had personal stuff to do. Oh, got you. Alright. Sounds good. So we're waiting for Rest to show up at this point. Crazy. Alright. They made boosters from yeah. It's so true. It's so crazy. I'm still like blown away by it. I find it so fascinating how good people are at Buetta rather than Boosarella. But I find it just so fascinating how good people are at cosplay. And you really figure it out like when something like this hits and people are already doing it. You know what I mean? But it's pretty cool. Chaos, how you doing, bud? Welcome. Mac, what's up? There's a Goomba version? No, there's not. Don't even tell me there's a Goomba. No. I can't even. I don't even want to know. And a Bowser Jr.? What? I need pictures. You can post links. I'm waiting. You know what's crazy? The forfeiting, even if it's like ready when you are. Oh shit, my bad. Ready. My bad. Chatting too much. Chatting too much. Boop. Everyone's shooting me messages like, let's go. I look over, we're over here just chit-chatting about cosplays. And I look over to my chat and I got like 5 messages like, yo, let's go. All right, boys, here we go. Thank you so much for hanging out. We're going to get into game 1, so let's go. Let me set all this up. Rest, are you with me, buddy? Hey, bud, how you doing? I haven't talked to you in a long time. Doing good. Is this one of the first times you've casted, or have you casted before?
Red team's turn to ban.
Yeah, all that. Feel free to interject anytime. Would love to hear what you got. I always try to break down some of the plays, but I'm sure you can offer in some more insight for sure. All right, cool. Give me 1 second. I need to change it so that the stream can hear you. Bam. They got you now. Cool.
Alright, sweet. What's up, guys?
All right. Have you seen either of these two teams play before?
No, I haven't.
I've seen S2D play, and they do pretty good. They definitely know their picks, their bands. It's just when it comes to executing, they needed a little work or some kind of synergy to go along. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of if they've worked on it since the last time I've seen them play.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they probably have.
And then the other team, I don't know if I've seen them play before, but what do you think of the bands that are coming out so far? Pretty standard ones, right?
Yeah, so far it's pretty standard.
Blue team's turn to ban.
And right, I'm assuming that we're either going to see a Violet ban coming up here shortly. They seem to, she seems to be one of the top picks, or if not, top bans. How do you feel about Valheim currently? Do you think that he's an overpowered mess, like most people kind of put him in that kind of basket, or do you think that he's manageable if he is picked?
I think Valheim with the Blitzblade is pretty strong. Like, he can be manageable, but if he snowballs early game, he'll just get out of control.
Yeah, I agree. Especially in a lane that's normally usually a melee champion. Going up against a Valheim definitely has that range to really abuse the top.
Yeah, he can bully melee heroes pretty hard in lane. We're gonna leave Violet open.
Yeah, it looks like that is the case. I do agree that out of the two, if I was either gonna deal with the Violet or deal with a Arum, I'd rather not have an Arum in the game.
Alright. No, man, Violet's just, once she gets 1 or 2 items, or not 1 or 2, like 2 or 3 items, she's just ridiculous with all of her poke.
Yeah, I agree. She definitely. I'm just really surprised that they haven't toned her down in like a hot fix or anything like that.
That's it. Doesn't seem to like to do hot fixes on NA with the work bug that went on for like 2 months too. So,
R.I.P. Rourke.
oh man, I'm so glad that's no longer a thing.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone is. But Violet getting picked up for the blue team, and now we got Crushed. I'm liking where Crushed is at this point. I think it's. I mean, what? Did we just see Omega just picked? Hang on a second. Hold the phone. What?
Huh.
Okay.
It's
Well,
a very early time to pick them. I think if you're going to try to run Omega, you should like do it near the end.
I see, and that's what I was saying is that a lot of times when people pick these champions, they go for these early, like you could easily pick someone better than Omega last, and in place of that, got a Malik if you wanted it, or got someone else that potentially got picked by this blue team. I always find that so interesting when people are picking instead of swapping out and doing things like that.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting choice by them. Huh. The Malik and Omen, I like that a lot. Those are both really strong side laners right now. And the Malik works really well with the Violet with his ultimate.
Yeah, he's definitely the person you have to deal with, but at the same time, if you're dealing with him, Violet's running amok around your team.
Yeah, they have a pretty good tower siege right now with the Violet and Omen, and Malik just ulting underneath that tower as well. So,
yep,
see
definitely.
if they're able to do that.
I think it's interesting the current meta of the mid lane. It started off being just Crixie, no matter what, every game Crixie. But I've definitely seen her. Well, in this tournament, the PVL, and also the NTG one that we did just the other day, I rarely saw Crixie, and I don't understand. She's still a strong champion, but I don't know what shifted that.
No, it was just like a slight nerf to her in the last patch. I think Liliana is probably the best mage. I don't know, mage right now and supports are just so well balanced that right now it's mostly all about matchups. It's not really just like one standout, this is what you got to get, which I really like right now.
Yeah, I completely agree. Definitely, I love playing support, and I really like where almost all of them are.
The Morin's a little bit interesting since Slims was open, but maybe he's just more comfortable on that hero.
Yeah, he's definitely. I feel like he's harder to kill, and maybe that's what he's going for, trying to keep the stacks up.
Yeah. I like the Alice with the Malak and Liliana.
Yeah.
They have a really, really good draft going for them.
Looks like they're going to be going for the Malice combo that everyone seems to be a patented thing that people like to go with.
Wonder what they're going to go. They're missing either a support or a dragon side laner. Depends on how they flex that crush.
You don't think the Omega would be more of a in that support role?
No. Omega, he was played twice at Worlds, and both times he was utilized to split push and stop and cut all the waves so they couldn't push into their towers.
Mm-hmm.
And he had success one game at Worlds since the other team was basically no damage at all, and he was able to just cut all those waves and they weren't able to kill him. Astrid. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be that crush support, most likely.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen Omega like that many times to really know how to utilize him in a team, so that's where I'm. It's good we have you around. You definitely know.
Yeah, I mean, he could be played as a support, but his CC is just really easy to dodge.
One thing to note out of all the bans that have been coming out in yesterday and also the day before is that it's Chugnar seems to be the number one next to Aram ban. Like I just feel like those two are just guaranteed bans.
Yeah, Chugnar is really, really strong in competitive play with his ultimate after they gave that buff. I definitely think the left side won this draft, though.
We will definitely get to see. But yeah, what I'll probably be doing is just to split up everything, I'll try to cast as best I can, and then if you got anything that you want to put your input in, or I'll probably be asking you questions, and then we can kind of do that if that's works for you.
Yeah, works well for me.
Cool. Good deal. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out. I really do.
Yeah, no problem. It's fun to come out here. I didn't know I was going to be casting. I thought I was going to be doing like more of an aftermatch analysis guy or thing, but it's all right. I guess I'll give this a shot.
Hey, why not? Yeah, if you're not comfortable with it, we can switch it next game.
Prepare to engage.
You're probably going to hear me talking in your ear quite a bit, because otherwise I feel like, I don't know if I want to mute it and then that way. But I think I'll just keep it this way if that's all right with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. But starting off, it looks like they are both getting their perspective buffs, which is no invades, no even attempts, and they're just kind of double checking to make sure that neither are going into their jungle. But it looks like Alice is getting a little interested to see where they are starting. Seeing that Morin started over on the red side, that gives a lot of information down to the Malik on bottom. Omega is kind of roaming around. Looks like maybe just offering some support since they saw the Alice. And look at this owl up on top, sitting at half-life, and it's going to start to regen here. And both of them are sitting there staring at it, and it finally resets. The action is definitely more passive than I've seen in a lot of games. They're all playing very careful. No one is under even 90% life from what it seems like, other than Violet. He's been in the jungle, and we got a gank actually going down on Crest on bottom, but an excellent flicker, and he got out of that position. Dragon is going to be up in 20 seconds. They're going to be looking. Look at where this Morin is. He's just finishing up his jungle. Violet was able to clear really quickly. Why do you think that was? Is Morin just a slower jungle, or do you think that he was just taking his time?
Yeah, Morin is very, very weak level 1. And I think that they should have gone ahead and invaded their blue buff at the start of this game with a Valor and Malak. They would have destroyed that Morin.
We got some action on bottom, and Omega was the first one that was taken out there. A 4-man gank on bottom was what helped that out. Crixie doing a great job stunning 3 of them, but is easily going to get away, and this blue team is looking to get this dragon. So excellent push by the blue team. This is what I was talking about. Anytime the dragons spawn, it seems like that's when the team fights are about to happen and things are about to go down. Blue team picking up the dragon, and the red team is now backing off. Crash actually needs to be a little careful down on bottom now. That's dead. Look at them. They are looking to try to gank him, and he may... No, he's a little too tanky. He's going to easily get away. And look at the red team having to react because Crash was overextended. Kind of a misplay there. What do you think of this this matchup up on top, this Omen and Astrid?
You definitely don't see much Astrid, but she's kind of a tanky hero, and I think kind of even matchup currently, and it probably will be throughout the whole game, just because Astrid's able to sustain through a lot of Omen attacks, as you can see here.
Yep, and here comes Morin to offer some support, but Omen was able to get away. I don't know what it is about Astrid's kit that just doesn't make her one of the top kind of champions. Is it just the damage output? I feel like she's so strong as far as all of her abilities. I think they work really well with each other.
It's just her damage output, as well as when she ults, it's very easy to dodge it most of the time, and she comes really, really slow.
Yeah, it does take quite a while for that to warm up. Omega's actually going to run right into Omen. They're going to just quickly bypass each other. Nothing too exciting happening there. We look to mid. We got 4 people in mid looking to take the blue buff. If executed well, they should be able to pick up these kills, and they're not really initiating. They're actually looking to focus more on that blue buff. Crash is running straight to his tower and should be able to get away. Oh, if we look, actually, Omega is pushing this top lane with 2 other of his other teammates, and we're able to execute that pretty well. A lot of resources to get that, but in the meantime, bottom getting initiated on. There's 4 down there, only 2 of the red team. And they're looking to, as well, try to take out this tower, but Crash is taking so much damage, and sure enough, Malik jumping in with the ult, and Crash is gonna go down with this tower in just a matter of time. And here comes the rest of the red team. Morin throwing out his ult, trying his best. Astrid throwing out her ult, but just whiffs the entire team. We got the red team needing to back away. Omega is down. Crixie is so close, but in the fray was Astrid, and she's down as well. Oh, and Morin might actually die here if he gets hit by that, and sure enough, he's going to. And there it is. A 4-for-0 exchange. Wow.
I really like how they went and pushed that mid tower right away, and as well as the dragon right after that fight.
Yeah, picking up those dragons are so good. Early game, it is worth almost what, 2.5 kills or something along those lines.
Oh yeah, I think it's somewhere around there.
Such a great thing. But right now, it is 6-0 as far as kills. The gold difference is very much in the blue team's favor. And this red team just, I don't know what they do at this point. I think they really need to utilize Omega, but they need to take probably this this bottom tower. Mid is very easy to rotate to, so I think they really need to start focusing on that. But looks like they're trying to make some plays here in mid. We have 4 heroes in mid. Astrid up on top by herself. Blue team reacting to this. We got all 5 of them in there, and Crixie getting ulted by Omen. Omen is actually getting taken out. Crixie taken down in the fray. Alice down as well. And now look at this. The red team is possibly turning this around. They're trying to dive this tower, and I think that's kind of a mistake. And there goes Liliana through that, and here comes Violet coming in to try to finish off Crash, which she does beautifully. And now Astrid is the next target. And sure enough, Morin gets crit and is just devastated by that. And will Malik be able to finish it off? But he is not. Wow.
Man, Violet's splash damage.
Yes, so strong. It was they did a great job splitting up. She could only take out one, but man, I really disagree with them initiating on that tower.
Yeah, I think they had a good team fight up until where they, for some reason, thought they could do them and kept chasing on that tower.
We got some initiation down on bottom, and it looks like they are just trying to throw out as much damage as they can. They're trying to get to that Crixie, but instead throw some damage out to Crash instead. Liliana is doing excellent with those stuns, setting up Violet for the combos, and sure enough, takes it down Morin in the process. This tower is going down. This is definitely going to be a high ground tower if this Astrid does not get back here. Sure enough, Violet's already starting at it. We got Crixie's ult coming out, but just not hitting anybody. She's very scared to get in there. Malik jumping in with the big boy ult, and he's so close to killing that Crash, but he's not going to. Here comes Astrid finally in the fray, but she is going to get taken down so quickly. And Liliana flickering away with just barely no life, and it's looking good. So a high ground tower taken 8 minutes in. This game is very much in this blue team's favor. This Violet is level 12. That is crazy right now.
Yeah, this Violet's just melting right through everyone on the enemy team at this point.
She has 4 completed items. Morin is still working on his 3rd item right now. She is level 13. Morin is just about to hit level 11, but just a moment ago he was level 8. So he's made some pretty drastic improvements there. Omen actually up on top is trying to ult, but look at this. He is completely caught out, but all of a sudden Astrid's now in the fray, trying her best to stay alive, but now is taken out. Omega just tries to ult in and just is melted by this Violet. Completely melted. Violet mistakenly hits Crest instead of the Morin, but it doesn't matter. Morin is taken out regardless. Now Crest is getting hit on by Liliana and this Omen, and he is going to get taken out here too. Oh wow,
oh, man,
he actually might die. Oh my god, he still isn't dead. Oh my god, he's gonna live. Wow, Dual Spirits really missed his one combo on Crush, which gave Crush just enough hair of a life to live there.
A red team tower has been destroyed.
What do you think of these rotations by this blue team? I mean, Omen was up top, hitting on who was that? Astrid, I believe, or Crixie. I can't remember at this time, but the entire blue team was up there in seconds, and the red team was the closest ones to it, and they just didn't get there quickly enough.
Yeah, I definitely have liked blue team's rotation for a majority of the game. Last fight, they took a little bit risky of a fight with the Malik split pushing and the Omen in the team fight, which usually you would have wanted the Omen be split pushing since you can take the towers with the Malik in there.
Oh my goodness.
Or,
Morin just gets destroyed, walks straight towards the entire team sitting in one bush, and is melted. Best way.
and they get to pick on Omen at the top. Oh, there's a little fight right now.
Yeah, Astrid actually went in with her ult, but that is Omega again just getting killed, and this is going to be the rest of the team. Malik jumping in like Batman, coming in, throwing out the big damage, and look at that. Every time Malik swings, Crush life just drops. But looks like they were able to get quite a bit. Violet was not even in that fight, was pushing bottom and is doing a great job. They might be able to finish it off here. Crixie and Crush really need to get there and support. Violet rolling forward might have been a mistake, running right into Morin's ult, but she comes out with just over half life. Crixie doing a great job, able to take out the Liliana with the skill. So Crixie's actually starting to do quite a bit of damage. So at this point in the game, if you're the blue team and you want to close out this game, what do you do? Do you play it safe, go for the Dark Slayer, or do you try to push these towers while the team is still down and separated in that moment, or in that time where they're respawning, coming back?
You move Omen down to the bottom lane since the Dark Slayer is up, and you want Malik in the team fights, as well as if they put all 5 up there to stop you from getting the Dark Slayer, you could potentially have a pretty easily backdoor.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's a great idea for sure. And it looks like that's what they're doing. They got Omen pushing up on top. Malik is right there in the team fights. It looks like they're waiting for their Liliana to come back, and sure enough, here they come. Violet's ult missing everybody at that point. Alice coming in. Malik coming in as well. The malice is real. And sure enough, Omega trying their best. And oh, the Liliana orb just comes in. It was able to hit everybody with that. And the red team is dying off one at a time at this point. Crush is the lone survivor at this point with the Crixie right behind him. And the entire red team is basically taken out. Crixie's going to be the only one at this point that's going to be able to defend this. Both high ground towers are easily going to be taken, and this should be the game. Sure enough. So, is it safe to say that Violet might get a ban next game?
Yeah, Violet's just such a broken hero, especially in the team play where she gets the peel that she needs to just be able to poke.
What do you think some of the better plays of that game were? Look at that, 11-1 on Violet.
Wow. I really liked the play where they were sieging that top lane tower, and the Violet was just able to poke everyone through the Pierce on our first ability on the tower, as well as the heroes, and so they eventually had to back off, and Malik ulted them as well.
Yeah, yep. Very good stuff. If we're looking at stats, Liliana actually came up with the most damage out of that blue team, coming up with 32, but right behind it is that Violet. So Liliana was still just putting in as much work as that Violet, and I don't know if it was towards the end or what, but man, really good. And look at this over on the red side. Crixie did 43% of the damage. I feel like you know that there's something wrong with your team comp when that is an obvious factor, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the Morin just got shut down super hard, so he wasn't ever able to get the gold. And he also had some positioning issues in the team fights where it was just very easy for Violet to immediately poke him or him just to get stunned and jumped on by everyone.
Yeah, I agree. And then, what do you think of the Blitzblade on the Omen? I've seen this. I've seen people try to do this in other matches, and I'm always curious to know if it's really worth it or not.
I personally am not the biggest fan of it. I think Muramasa works better on Omen with the Fafnir, but everyone has their own play styles and different things work for different people.
I agree, and we are ready for the next game. We just need to get you in here, and there you are, and I think we are ready. Let's do... And look at that. I think we're good to go. That's one of the quickest little remakes I've ever seen. That's awesome.
Yeah, it definitely is pretty quick.
It looks like they're just taking their time, so we'll just give them a moment here.
Blue team's turn
All
to
right.
ban.
And here we go. So, coming off that loss, what does S2D do differently? What do you think? What is some advice that if you could talk to them directly that you'd give them?
I think they just need to draft a little bit better. They might also not own a bunch of heroes each individually, so that they were just picking heroes that they needed. And I think that they should go a support that's a little bit more meta than Omega.
Yeah. The metas are a thing. There's a reason for it, that's for sure. And sure enough, already with the Chugnar and the Felheims, pretty obvious bans coming out.
To ban.
I'm gonna be really surprised if they don't ban out Violet. Violet seems to be the bane of their existence that last game, and was able to do so much work towards them. That
well, they are the first pick this game, so maybe they try to let it go through and then first pick it themselves.
Yeah, I like that strategy as well, for sure.
Blue team's turn to ban.
Yeah, I don't know what so say if they don't get Violet for this red team. I'm trying to think of what they need to do, because they obviously had a great combo with everything. And there is the Violet ban. Sure enough, the thing that we've been waiting for. But knowing that they don't get Violet, do you think that they'll still pick similar heroes, or do you think that they'll maybe change up their roster?
I think it should be pretty similar. This is a best of 3, right?
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So usually, if something works in the first game, you'll try to run it again, unless the other team changes what they're doing by a lot. Because there's always a third game where if it doesn't work the second time, you can just switch it up then.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking, is what they're going to do. And it looks like they're going with the Irie. Irie's such a strong hero at this point. I feel like she's in a really good spot, exactly where she needs to be. Before, I felt like she was a little weak, and right now she's very strong, but I don't know if she's worth like nerfing at a point. I don't know. I like that she's that strong. I feel like that's exactly kind of where she needs to be, but what are your thoughts?
I think she's a little bit overpowered. But,
yeah.
And I've heard that they're nerfing her in the next patch. Nothing's really certain yet.
I'm assuming it's so. Does Roxy pick up though? So Roxy's more than likely, let's say, gonna go against the Irie. How do you feel about that match?
Blue team's turn to pick.
I feel like that's a pretty good matchup for the Roxy because she's way too tanky for Ari to ever kill, and Ari's gonna stay squishy throughout a whole early game as her build doesn't build magic resistance. So should be a pretty good matchup for the Roxy.
Right on. Slim's obvious, such a great, great jungler, and then the answer to that, I'm wondering what they're gonna go for. So Velheim, Lindis, and Violet all banned out. Mina, I do like Mina. She's really strong right now with her tank abilities, but I want to see who their jungler is going to be on this red side.
Yeah, Mina is extremely strong right now, especially if Jugnar is banned. You can commonly see her as the first pick if Jugnar is taken away in other regions.
We saw a very crazy game. What was it? On Monday? No, Tuesday. The NTG, what was it? Semifinals, where they had a Mina on their team, and the Mina literally won them the game, which was, I mean, it was crazy. Flickered in, was able to grab the two damage dealers on the team and ulted, and then that was it. And it was a good, long, like 30-minute plus game. It was crazy.
Yeah, Mina can change the game a lot just by Flicker Ultimate or Flicker Pull.
Mm-hmm. Liliana being picked up as well on this red side, so it looks like they are going to continue that Liliana thing. And they're really going to go for this again. Oh, my goodness. They really have a strategy behind this. And I felt like he was the weakest link on their team. I mean, would you agree?
Yeah, I definitely don't feel like the Omega had any impact that whole last game, so I'm not sure why they wanted to do it again, but maybe they think it'll work better with the Natalia.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I feel like it's not their hero pool, but it's more of maybe a personal preference. Maybe that person likes that hero. They normally do well with them. I don't even know. Or maybe they do have this synergy that they really like.
Yeah, I guess maybe they're just trying to get a huge CC comp to build around the Natalia.
Yeah.
But I would have rather seen a Lumber or something like that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. All right, so we got some swapping coming out and on both sides. Rourke being picked up. How do you feel about Rourke being at the point it is right now? I feel like he's still very strong, but I mean, obviously he's better now that he can't blow up towers. But do you think that he's at a good spot?
Yeah, I feel like if you play him into the right comps, he can be really strong. On this one, I'm kind of iffy on the work, but maybe it's just his most comfortable hero since all the majority of the ADCs were banned. So
yeah, we did see him cycle through like a Zephys and a Cricknack, and I think one of those heroes would have definitely been maybe a better choice, but landed on Rourke, and I'm trying to figure out who they're trying to look at who they want to use Rourke against. Is it the Arduin? Normally he does really good at like shredding tanks and also squishy heroes, basically anything that gets in his way. But him being so easy to kill as well without his ult up, I think that Natalia, Irie, and Slims might be able to get him without like a Mina or something like that being around.
yeah, maybe it was for. I guess they have lots of CC on their team, so Rourke's ult could be very useful. But I think he's just going to struggle to get onto that back line to kill the Slims or Natalia.
Yeah, I think someone like a Cricknack would have been able to get back there and do it, but maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure. Well, we're about to find out. So here is game number 2. STD really needs to win this in order to stay in this. It's best of 3. This will be game 2. Red team has 1 game up. And sure enough, the entire red team, look at this, rotating over to their red side. And they're going to be able to take this. And look at this. There's no vision. There's no vision at all. Here comes the Omega is going to run right into 3 of the heroes. Luckily, Irie was there, but the red buff is stolen. So at this point, if you're the blue team, you really need to focus on... Oh my gosh, the Slims is actually too busy messing with Roxy to even have started on any of their... starting on his blue buff. And if you're blue at this point, you really miss the opportunity to go get that red. Rourke already pretty close to finishing the blue. Slims is on his way, and really Slims doesn't have much to go and get at this point. Omega trends.
It's just the reason why they weren't able to go and invade red team's red buff was because of the Roxy, and it's just kind of hard to move past Roxy with how tanky she is level 1 and the damage that you'll get from following her. And it was just risky to start that blue buff with her having fun as well. It's kind of an annoying hero level 1.
Yeah, I agree. But Slims does, or I'm sorry, not Slims. Rourke does end up with both of the buffs, which is nice for red. We got an initiation on Domina. It looks like stuns are coming out. Liliana came down and actually was able to stun 2 to 3 people with her stun there. Arduin coming down as well. Big stun coming up. Omega coming in trying to stun Malak. And I guess that's what this team's going for. There's stuns all over the place. Natalia throwing out her skills. And another good stun, but it's just not enough. All these stuns, but no damage. Irie was all the way on bottom and never came up to help.
And the Slims was farming jungle, so it just seems like a little bit of team miscommunication.
Yeah, I completely agree. Slims was at least, I think, threw out a spear or somewhat, but Irie actually might be able... Oh, she's not level 4. Won't be able to pick this up. Still just short of the experience. And that is definitely a team communication issue, I would have to say. Irie definitely, especially being Irie. If it was any other hero, it could have been like, oh, well, we'll make it in time. Trying to decide if running up there is worth it or not. But Irie being able to just get all over the map, should have had no problem getting there.
Probably getting a little bit of poke on that mid trade. Ooh.
Oh, and actually, Liliana killing out Natalia there mid, and sure enough, Malik coming in, gonna get stunned. Mina jumping in, making sure that she is taken out, and this red team is gonna back out there. So it is a 4-0. So already, this blue team is having this game run away from them, and Omega just really isn't a factor again. I mean, just like what Chad is saying, is that he was the first blood both games, and I just don't think that he has what it takes in this current meta to be kind of viable, unless he's not using the right runes or something along those lines. And even his boots, he's going with the quick boots to try to maybe be a roaming support. But look, no one on the blue side has even the support item.
Yeah, I think Omega just needs a few different changes to his kit to become a little bit more meta, and there's just other supports that could offer so much more for the team, so there's not really a reason to go Omega.
Do you think the support item is a must for a team? I feel like one person definitely needs to get it, especially the tanky one. It's so good. Oh,
yeah, Essence of the Wind is extremely important. That was a pretty good combo by them with the Natalia Omega, keeping them stun locked up.
But again, Omega doesn't know when to back out and ends up staying in a little too long. Liliana comes in and was able to finish off the kills with the Rourke. Another thing that was interesting about that fight is that we didn't see any rotations from the other lane. Slims is now initiating onto Malik, and Malik is taking all of this damage. Look at him go. Might be able to turn this around if he has one more teammate, but the execute comes in and finishes him off. Rourke coming in, almost finishes off Slims, but Rourke was able to scare them away. And Liliana's actually going to run right into Irie here in the bush, but she was able to see it. Throws out a stun. Gets a little bit of damage. Is backing away.
Oh, Arterin brought punish this game.
Oh, Irie missing the ult on the Liliana. Would have been a big ult to have. Ooh, Natalia actually throwing out her stun and ult. And there is Mina getting taken out. I think that's the second time she's been taken out by that Natalia. So she's playing.
That's one of the issues with Mina. It's basically all or nothing with her. She doesn't have much mobility. So as soon as you're in there, kind of gonna be in there no matter what.
Yep, I agree. As soon as there's not much you can do. And look at this. Omega is trying his best to disable the tower, but there's no creeps that were near the tower. So he really didn't do much damage, but now that they are here, he's trying to tank it, and ooh, almost gets taken out. Luckily, they were able to pick that off. So not a well-oiled machine on this blue side, but they are able to get some things going. We have a question in chat for you. When the action dies down, give me a moment. It looks like the red team is going up for this top tower, and blue team's just not able to get there fast enough before it's done. And look at it looks like four-man rotations to try to save that tower, but just really weren't able to get there, so they kind of just wasted their time. Liliana landing a great combo there, but Natalia does throw out her ult a little premature, knowing that this team is still probably in the mid, and sure enough, she doesn't have her ult, and what a perfect time it would be. We got ults coming out from every single person. Malik is almost dead. Natalia missing her skill on the Malik, and he is going to be able to get away if he chooses to. Coming back in, throwing out the swing, and they get the kill. Slim's missing the spear on the Malik and the Rourke, and wow, I cannot believe that. Only Mina perished in that fight. So that was a 2-for-1 trade there, and Slims goes straight for the jungle, or straight for the dragon. And it looks like Liliana is able to see this, and Slim should be able to pick this up, and he does. Luckily has his punish ability.
Alright, and so Maganga isn't really meta as a support just because he offers very little CC besides his slow on his first ability, and I'd much rather just have someone like a Mina who's able to pull the enemies in that are either like you're trying to pull them to engage or pull them off your carries. Oh, that was fight going on.
Yep, and it looks like Irie was caught out there by the Mina and ulted, but Irie was able to get out of that situation with the ult. We got Malik coming in, trying to catch that Natalia. Natalia throwing out skills, but is getting slowed by the I believe the Aegis that is on Malik. But
yeah, I'd like to see this Natalia Saber combo for a little bit more of a squishy target instead of blowing it on the Mina every single time.
Yeah, it really does seem that. Ooh, and look at that. Arduin actually caught out there by the Rourke and the Liliana, and is just shredded to death.
And Roxy almost killed the Sims too by hiding in the blue buff bush, but there's no one else to follow up with the Roxy, so he's able to get out alive.
This is where we're gonna probably see that Natalia ult here soon. Oh, Mina was able to ult Slims and pull him in, and Rourke was trying to follow up, but decided to go for the Omega instead. Slim's playing a dangerous game here, and luckily was able to hop away. But look at where Irie is. She was too little too late to be in that fight. And at this point, if she does go in, she only has 2 other teammates to follow up with her. I feel like Irie just not getting the right rotations, or not getting there quick enough. I'm really not sure how I feel about that.
I think Ari just needs to be a little bit more patient and try flanking the enemy team so she can get onto that Liliana after her dashes are down.
I agree with that.
Malak getting caught out,
Yep.
ulted in for no one else to follow up on them.
Yep, and that Natalia just absolutely shreds these tanks on this team. So I got to say that that's doing real well. Slim's throwing the spear, does not connect. Arduin did a great job jumping in, but the team just wasn't able. And look at this, Omega trying his best to get this tower down as well, do some damage to these enemies. But look at this, the whole back line. And this is kind of what we're talking about. The whole back line is just getting absolutely destroyed by Rourke. Finally, Natalia's taken out, and same with Rourke. But it looks like Arduin is going to pay the price for that. And is now getting killed. And look, finally, Irie showing up. Will she be able to kill this Liliana? And sure enough, she is. But I don't know if she's going to be able to get out of this. Her dash should be up, and it looks like the red team is already deciding to let her get away.
Oh, this game's a lot closer than the last.
Yeah, if we take a look at gold, the blue team made a huge, the blue team is finally making a big return just within the last just minute. So that last fight really swung the gold back in the favor for them. Then I think the next person that gets either a damage the dragon or the dark slayer is really gonna go to town. All right.
Yeah, sorry my mic's so echoey. There's no furniture in my living room.
Oh, you're good, buddy. No big deal. Appreciate you having you. No furniture? You need to get us some furniture.
Yeah, I wouldn't use it.
Oh, I feel you. I have a TV and I don't even use it. We got a big fight coming out, and sure enough, there's ults going out all over the place. Mina actually was able to try to grab the Slims, I believe, there, but oh my gosh, Natalia did such a great ult, shredded the entire team, but they are still up at this point, and there's only Roxy and Arduin and Natalia left over at this point. And I don't think that they're going to be able to take out this Roxy, but they are sure deciding to pursue. And what a great ult there by Natalia. And Natalia actually having it up and has aced the team. Oh my god, that just literally put them back in this game. They are now ahead in gold. And that is what we're talking about. This team needs to push these lanes as much as possible and get these towers. It looks like they may actually try to go for the Enraged Abyssal Dragon and get this buff. But the entire team just respawned. 4 members of the red team are up and in hot pursuit. Slim's finally getting to the Abyssal Dragon. They will be able to pick this up really quickly. But who is going to get the buff? And it looks like it is going to be Slims, which is a great choice. That ult was something else. I cannot believe that. That Natalia ult just completely shredded the enemy team. I think they're going to have to pay more attention to this Natalia, who right now has been around, 10 of the kills? Irie has been around the kills, is 2-1. I got to give her more credit than I was before, and I don't know if that's just in the last couple minutes or not, but it seems like that's the case, and sure, they are picking up the Sentinel, getting that quick 30 gold per person. So what do you think that this red team needs to do differently? Do you think that they should keep focusing the Slims, maybe going for the Natalia?
I think if they can get to the Sims, they should go and kill him. But definitely with that Natalia. Natalia's just been sitting so far back every single team fight, just waiting patiently now and using the ults when she should be, instead of just blowing it right on Mina.
Yep. I definitely do like the 2 tanks that are up in front. They have to deal. They feel like they have to deal with the Arduin and the Omega before they can really pass through them. And I think that's what's really given this Natalia a chance to really shine in the back line. And look at the positioning of Natalia, doing really well. I gotta say, there's 3 heroes in between her and the enemy team, but it looks like they are actually gonna try to flank this team and see what's happened. But look at Natalia doing a great job, but is gonna get caught out here, and they are going for the Slims. Mina ulting in on the Irie and the Slims, and we have Malik coming in, dropping in like Batman, and Natalia in the back line throwing out so much damage, and Rourke coming in, and Natalia throwing out a skill onto Rourke, but missing. While that's going on, Arduin is in the middle with that Omega, trying their best to keep this team in the game. Irie coming in with the ult, doing such a great job, able to pick up another kill. And it is a 2-on-2. Irie is going to get shredded here by this Rourke if she's not careful. Natalia does now see where the two heroes are. Wow. I gotta give it to this this Natalia. She's single-handedly, as far as damage is considered, keeping them in the game.
Yeah, she's constantly just sitting super far back down, waiting and being patient for that Malak ult to go in and then just ulting. So when the team shows the follow-up on it, they just all get mowed down by it.
Yeah, is doing really well. So at this point, red team, what do? Do you try to pick off one person, go for the Dark Slayer? Do you try to farm up some more? I don't know what the red team has been doing wrong, that they all of a sudden started doing wrong, I guess.
I think that Mina's just engaging a little bit early when she's flickering in or pulling in the enemy carries and taunting. There's just no one else to really follow up on it. So maybe just be a little bit more patient on that. Looks like there's a little bit of a fight going on bottom. Sun's actually going to die. Roxy's winning the 2v1.
Yeah, and sure enough, you are right on that. Roxy was able to take that out, and looks like the red team actually is now going for the Dark Slayer. Dark Slayer is picked up by the Rourke. Omega in the middle of everything and is going to get taken out in the process. So that quickly went south for this blue team. Already, they weren't grouped, and they are winning every team fight that they're coming across. But the parts that they're losing is when they just get caught out like that. Rourke picking up the Eternal Blade, so he's going to be needed to be killed twice, which is going to be lovely for this this red team, especially with that Natalia that's in the back line that's thrown out all those abilities. Her ult does have a low cooldown, but to kill Rourke twice is definitely going to be a task.
Yeah, sure.
And you can see Rourke playing a little aggressive, was in the bush, saw the Slims, and charged in fearlessly, knowing that he could come back up. But Natalia throwing out some abilities in mid, trying her best. And, oh, this is such a great spot. She actually throws the stun in the wrong direction. Tried to hit the Malak with it instead. And look at this, Rourke going straight in on Natalia. Natalia was able to stay alive and throws out the ult and shreds the other team. Malak was able to jump in, but a little too late. And that is going to be him going down as well. And now Roxy and Liliana are running away, but Liliana is doing a great job while retreating, throwing out those stuns and damage. And this entire blue team is up at this point. Looks like they are trying to initiate onto this Liliana, but Duel is doing such a great job staying away at this point. Looks like
this is like one of the issues that I think I have with Roxy is that if you just look at the red side's comp, they have no one that can really dive onto the Natalia through that whole back line or flank. And I think that they should have gone an assassin like Scud instead.
Yeah, I agree with you. Look at this, Roxy trying to be taken out. Sure enough, Slims was able to finish it off, but Natalia doing, I would say, 80 or 90% of that damage with her two skills. Omega doing his thing, disabling the tower, and just, and again, Natalia shredding that Mina before she even had a chance to do anything. This Natalia is winning this game for them. That ult is just so devastating every time. She has max cooldown from what it looks like, and also has the tomb to stop the heals as well. And that's got to be for that Roxy. So sure enough, they pick up the the enraged Dark Slayer, and that thing got melted.
Oh, it was very quick.
I'm really not sure what is it. Just the Slims and the Natalia? Irie wasn't even there. I guess,
It was the Omega, Arduin, Natalia.
Yeah, I guess all of them attacking it all at once. Wow. All right, so I really think that this red team at this point... Oh, actually finds out Slims, and Slims, luckily, having the Dark Slayer... Or, I'm sorry, the Dark buff, was able to get out of that situation. He literally died and came back to life because of that buff. And he is Very thankful he was able to pick that up, but very big misplay. He didn't need to be that aggressive in their jungle. That's kind of getting greedy as far as what you want, and especially when you're maxed out as far as items. I mean, you can sell your boots at this point, but he really needs to stick with his team. And look at what he's doing. He's getting set up to try to take out this Roxy. Roxy does need to be taken out twice in order to be killed because she has that Eternal Blade. And look at this, Roxy being very quiet. Oh no, Duel actually used his ability that makes him immune in the process. He really must have accidentally clicked it. And sure enough, we got a team fight going on, and Omega is pulled straight into the fray. The entire team, and oh my god, Liliana throws out her orb, hits Arduin, but just does nothing to him.
You gotta be careful because they have that work split pushing. Ari does get the back off.
So Irie was able to get back. Rourke trying his best to finish off this tower, and it looks like Irie is going to be able to chase him down, but he is able to get out of there. And if we go back over to this side, Liliana being taken out by this Natalia. So I think that I would... What do you think at this point? Do you think that you should keep giving Slims the blue buff? Do you think he needs it, or would you give it to someone more of the Natalia at this point? Say if gold isn't a factor. I feel like Natalia is the one that really needs to have this. Ooh, Flickers actually gets caught out at this point, and she is in a lot of trouble, and nothing but more heroes are coming. Irie just doesn't react. Was near the entire time. Could have went in and ulted, but just wasn't. Didn't do it.
This is when the red team should go ahead and try to find a good fight for them.
And look at this, they're taking out Darkslayer, and sure enough, Omega was able to pick that up. Darkslayer is going to be going to this blue team, and they really need to back off. They just got that. Everything's good. They really, I don't know if they realize how good Natalia's damage is at this point, but without it, I don't think they have a chance at a team fight.
No, that Natalia's definitely been carrying every single team fight, so they get engaged down here without the Natalia. Ooh, Slims.
Oh, and Slims is gonna just get wrecked. He went right next to that bush and is just completely destroyed, and this is what we're talking about. This is not what this team wanted. Omega throwing out his ult, Malik coming in, Irie getting taken out just almost immediately, and that is what you did not want to have happen. That Slims is just being so aggressive in what he wants to, as far as farming. He really doesn't need it, and sure enough, that's what gets him killed in the end.
Yeah, he just needs to be a little bit more respectful of the Bush's late game, and not just be face checking them when he has two tanks that could be doing that for him.
Yeah, especially with this late in the game, and not being around his team. He was went head first into that, and not a single teammate near him. The closest teammate was in mid, but I mean, that's such as far away, especially when you're Slims.
So it looks like they're setting up another push here. Try to pick off someone again. And
the Great Dragon was summoned, and it's probably due to the having the buff for so long. And this red team is gonna need to, or it looks like they're gonna make a play here. Look at the position of this. They will easily be able to flank this team, and look at this, Irie nowhere near, and look at this blue team. They're really out of position here. They really need to be careful because this red team could be coming in at any moment. Omega trying his best, but it looks like Natalia and Omega were taken out in that process. They are now focusing all they got on that Malik, but he is still up and kicking. They're chasing this red team down. I really thought that the red team was going to come up behind and get either a Slims or Natalia, but they just didn't. Oh my god, look at Rourke trying his best to finish off that Slims. Just wasn't able to, is again being pretty cocky with that Eternal Blade. And now he's going to need to go and heal. Slims being able to heal up. And now this high ground tower being taken out slowly by this Skyward Dragon. And, yeah. Look at Roxy. Roxy coming up behind, sure enough, needs to grab that Slims and misses! She completely misses the damage that is so crazy from that Natalia. Just completely shreds the entire team, but they had the Eternal Blades. They are now back up and ready to go. Slims going down, Natalia being chased down, and she is going to go down here in just no time, and that could be what this red team needed in order to keep going. But look at the dragon. The dragon is now hitting the core But luckily the minions are gonna take it. And look at this Rourke overextending and runs right into Arduin. And he is able to finish that off. Wow. I mean, I cannot believe this. This is crazy. This is so much back and forth. If we go to the stats here in just a second and we look at gold, I mean, it is fluctuating back and forth, I feel like. And right now, the red team is down, which, I mean, at this point, it really doesn't matter. But a thing to note is that this entire blue team all still have their boots. They have, I mean, at what point do you sell them and actually go with maybe more damaging items? Yeah, it's kind of pretty crazy. And Roxy actually picking up that the Dark Blessing, which is gonna give her so much to deal with. And Slims again out of position. Natalia trying her best to deal with Mina in the background. Slims actually is able to stay alive, and then Mina having to pop that skill. Arduin trying his best to finish off this this Roxy, and it's all for naught. And just the tank chasing the other tank just really is a big misplay. Wasn't able to protect the Natalia or the Slims, and here comes Omega trying to throw out what he's got, but is just nothing at this point. So the entire red team is up. 3 of the blue team is down. And again, the Slims is just having such a hard time overextending and face-checking bushes when he really needs to just hang out. He doesn't need any more farm. He's basically full on everything. And look at this. They're choosing to try to end this game. They're trying their best to try to finish off this creep, and sure enough, look at where Omega is, and he's all the way down on bottom. Such a great game ends in such a sad way. I really was hoping for a better ending than that, but man, S2D just had a little misplay that turned into a big one that they just weren't able to capitalize towards the end.
I think their biggest issues were just Slims constantly being caught out the whole game.
Yeah, Slims 4, 9, and 8 assists, and sure enough, like if we look at damage as well, oh my goodness, Slims only did 17% of the damage. Irie did 13. Arduin did 26% of the damage on their team. Not exactly what I thought I was going to see when I looked at these damage charts. But look at Duel. Duel with 40% of the damage on their team. Wow. He was the person that they needed to catch out, and that is the person that they needed to lock down for this blue team to hopefully win that game. What do you think of the build for this Natalia? Like, I mean, Tomb of the Reaper, obviously for the Roxy, but the Virtue Necklace? Question mark?
Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of that Virtue Necklace. Not sure why it was built. I would much rather see like a boomstick in that build or something along that nature instead.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, but and also didn't max out cooldown either. Not that they need to, but I mean, I would have rather seen that as opposed to a Virtue Necklace, but I mean, crazy. If we look at the rest of the builds, I would have liked to see Omega actually switch to, instead of his boots, the swiftness ones, switch them out, because I really didn't feel like he needed them towards the end of the game.
Yeah, I forgot which ability is. I think it's the second one that gives him that shield and huge speed boost. At that point late in the game, it's going to be up almost every second, so the boots aren't as useful at that point in the game. And he definitely should have just sold it for something else.
Yep, I agree. Look at, I didn't even realize this duel actually went with Holy of Unholies twice.
Yeah, usually around the late game, mages, if they have extra gold, they'll start selling items and building a bunch of Holy of Holies. And the ADC will start just building a bunch of Fenrir.
Very good stuff. Do you see anything else in these builds that you want to maybe comment on?
Omega's build with Taiyo's Edge is a little interesting, but mostly just that Virtue Necklace. I think he should have gotten Stefan Null or Boomstick instead for that late game damage.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, thanks for having me on the stream, man.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, anytime you wanna come back and do this, you let me know for sure. But I really do appreciate it. It's definitely different. I normally do this by myself, or like on occasion I'll have I think one other occasion I've had one person, so it's definitely a different concept for me. But I hope that you had a good time.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun and it was something new to me. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do this again. See you guys.
All right, buddy. Have a good one. All right. Again, that was Rest. If you guys don't follow him, you guys should. He is pro player. Way too good. Way too good. All around awesome guy, and lacking the furniture in the living room. But so we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take a quick break real fast, and I'm gonna get some water, and then we will see if the teams are gonna be ready for the next game. So just stick with us, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. We are good to go. So let me take a quick peek and see if we are ready. It looks like we got. You guys have until the worst case, ideally. So yeah, I think that we might have the teams all ready to go. I'm just gonna shoot them a message and verify. But man, those were some definitely intense games. I really wanted to see that Natalia get some more ults out, and definitely build a much different. Wing Duck, welcome. Mace, what's up, dude? Game soon. Yeah, we just finished that one up, and then we're gonna be getting into the next set of games. So it's best of 3 for this next set of teams. And then after that, we'll probably do viewer games. Zelf, what's up, buddy? Welcome. Did you get to play tonight? Have you analyzed this gameplay and figured out the reasons of red loss? Because they drafted Omega. I mean, it's a bold move for sure. I definitely get it. I mean, he definitely has his potential that he can do really well. But and early in that mid game, you saw such a great thing, is that they were fighting next to their towers, so they're basically tower diving, disabling the tower, and they had to deal with Arduin and Omega, while Natalia and Slims stayed in the back, which is crazy. So I mean, honestly, that's when they were at their best. But the moment that Slims got caught out, what I think quite a few times, but the biggest ones that stuck out to me are the last 3 that he ended up dying kind of by himself, which was kind of a sad thing. But yeah, other than that, I'm just getting caught up with chat, sorry. Mina's still not full build 25 minutes into the game. Yeah, I feel like none of them wanted to sell their boots in fear of being too slow, so I wasn't sure what the idea behind that is. I'd like to talk to them and maybe figure out where their heads at with that game. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. That I don't think anyone on there. How many masters are there in the NA servers? Quite a few. I guess let me double check. There's at least 600. I can tell you that. 700 probably. I would say about 700. That's my guess. Oh, nice. Nice. I saw someone was master. That's cool. But yeah. Pretty interesting game. Is the PPL on right now? Yes, it is, Dungus. I was wondering if I can swear without Geo choking me to sleep. Yes, I don't care, but I talk to the PVL people. Artemis is always really good. Yeah, he did very well. Like, I mean, I can't believe how much damage he did. Cannot believe how much damage he did. Hang on one moment. Okay, they're just missing 2 more people, so we got some time. No swearing, please. There you go. Just keep it clean for the sake of all. There you go. Keep it clean, boys. I'll choke you while you're awake, too. It's been a while. It has winged. Did you start streaming? I can't remember. I don't remember getting a notification. When's the next game? In about 15 minutes, so we got a little time. I'm new, and I'm #1 ranked follower in this chat, so respect me, please. Alright, King. Welcome. Do you play on NA? You were asking about NA, so I'm assuming you don't. But yes. But yeah, I'm really surprised by that last game. I thought that since the blue team came back so hard into the mid game, I thought it was just 1 at that point, but they couldn't close out. There's too many back-to-back fights that they were capitalized on winning, and then I would say I gotta say the biggest misplay was definitely the Slims getting what's that called? Caught out, which is, I mean, unfortunate once, but then it happened, I think, 2 more times after that. And it was due to him trying to farm when he didn't need to farm. I mean, he's already max items. He's not buying anything, but he was going down to the buffs to farm, and I don't think he needed to do that. But I'm back from my hiatus. Miss me? Yes. How you doing? Off Meta King. What's up, dude? You can go back to Damn. Warm welcome received. Didn't know you were gone. Damn. You guys see the Dark Phoenix trailer? Absolutely. Looks awesome. Sophia whatever Turner, I think is her name, is such a babe. She's such a babe. Such a babe. But yeah, I streamed just recently achieved affiliate. Oh, Wing, look at you, buddy. Congrats. Congrats on that. No one cares for the Astra main of NA. Yeah, Astrid is, you know, I want her to have her day. I think that she's such a cool, like, hero. I think she has all the cool abilities. But, yeah, she just doesn't have the numbers to be in meta yet. Is the next game coming up? Yes. I think at the most, it's going to be 15 minutes. But at the least, it can start anytime. We were waiting for just word that they have 2 people that they're missing. And then once those 2 people show up, we can start. So, home for a week. Looking forward to some streams. Yes, buddy. I got all the streams ready to go for this weekend. It's going to be awesome. Bissell Clash. Got some time. We'll just chill. As much as I want to like get in there and play one, we're going to play them after the stream anyways. So, stick around. We'll play some. The only problem with the prequels is the sake of the world plot. We already know the bad guys lost. It's a prequel. Yep. Same with the Dark Phoenix. That is true, I guess. Who's playing? It's going to be INF versus T2. So yeah, that'll be good. Van, how you doing, bud? Welcome. Sadly, the ADC buff made it further to see Astrid in competitive. It's true. I think I don't know. The marksmen do need to be toned down, but I don't think that they need to be like struck with the nerf stick like as bad as some would agree. Violet definitely. I mean, that's an obvious one, but I think that the rest of them definitely need to be toned down just a little. I would like to see jungles be jungles and marksmen be marksmen, in the fact that like sending a marksman into the jungle is right now the meta, which I feel like they need to be in lane instead. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird that a marksman's in the jungle. So if you look at like League of Legends, stuff like that, I mean, you could send one of those, but it's not great. You want someone that has that capability of being able to like stun, charge, you know, disable. Maybe has high rate of damage, something along those lines. But sending a marksman, if you're playing like, and I know I'm making a bad comparison. It's a completely different game. I get it, but it's just a weird thing that the marksman is not down on bottom with a support in that cookie cutter MOBA sense, I guess. Age Money, what's up, dude? Hang on, what's up? Gotta turn this on. So since I have all these computers and lights in this room, it like gets really warm. So I have the air down, and it's freezing right now. I've turned on this thing to warm up my room a little bit. What'd you say, Tiny? Isn't Hugh Jackman like 50 years old? Wonder who's gonna be the new Wolverine. Obviously me. I mean, I got the build. I mean, I'm ready. Sign me up, Hollywood. I'm ready. I'm taking on. The only marksmen that were originally junglers were Slims and Morin. Oh, nah. Finnick. Don't forget the Finnick, bro. He was the jungler. That dude is made to be in the jungler. Easy to gank over and over. And that's my thing, King, is that usually that's the point. Is that's why you send a support down with the marksman, so that they are the easiest to gank, but they have that capability of a support to try to stop them. So there are more games today. There is. We got about 10 minutes at max. Rainbow. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You got me. We got about 10 minutes before the next game, at most. It could start at any minute. We're just waiting for the word that unless they show up here soon. So just add those Just add those horns. The hair. I mean, if I shave, like, I mean, I could get it easy. Easy. This comes back in like, oh, like, this in a week is gonna be this. If I shaved, clean shaved, this is what I look like in a week. It's crazy. But yes, there will be some more games. We're just waiting on those people. But yeah, appreciate you guys hanging out, being patient. We'll try to start as quickly as possible once everyone shows up. I'm just kind of waiting to hear. So something that was kind of interesting is that the tree didn't make another appearance. So some of the NTG final, the new person actually made quite a big impact on that, which is pretty crazy. Babyface, yeah, especially before a weekend. Nah, that's not happening, dude. I feel awkward if I shave and I like go out or something. Do you ever get food stuck in your beard? Not food, but the thing that's like really annoying is when you can bite it. Like when it's long enough that you can bite it, it drives me nuts. Or like, I don't know. It's weird. I don't like it. I don't like it. I have a good medium. And I'm at this point right here. So here's the barometer, right? Over here's babyface. This is like, you know, like a number one if you're gonna shave. And then this right here is when it gets too long, and I'm over here right now. If I didn't shave for another week, oh my god, I just itch all the time. I sit there and do this all the time, and it's not good. Not my favorite thing. You hate it too, Infamous? Yeah. It's crazy. By the way, boys, if you did not rank up this season, you got 2 days to do it. So get to your highest ranks. They're about to reset. Things are about to go down. 2 days. Let's look at that. So tomorrow will be 1 day. Saturday will be awesome. You don't know how James Harden eats? Couldn't tell you. I don't know how he deals with that. Girls should have facial hair too. Tiny, I don't know what weird things you're into. Yeah. Some do though. Ring, what's up, bud? Welcome. By the way, if you guys are not aware, Venom, 1 week from today. Be ready. It's released early. 1 week from today. Your boy is going. I got the hoodie on the way. Speaking of, I need to check and see where that's at. If you guys didn't see that hoodie, woo! It's gonna be good. Kinky Tiny. It is, you know what? It is a thing that you do play better after you take a break. That's why people suggest taking breaks after so many games. And that's why I suck at after so long of streaming. Yo, Rain, we doing a 3v3 tourney this week? Possibly. Did you see the clip? What? Mask? Copy? What are you talking about? It could be the coin flips, but you know, you don't know. You don't know. Let me find this this thing. Hang on. Oh, it's in my other email. I do not see. Where's this thing? Oh, here it is. Found it. Bam. Your order has been shipped, and that was 19 hours ago. It is nowhere close. Description usually takes 10 to 15 business days to arrive. What? This is an untracked service. No tracking information is available for this service. What kind of BS website did I choose here? Cannot believe this. Crap. It does look good. The Venom clip. What Venom clip? I didn't see no Venom clip. Tiny, you making stuff up again? Alright. Yep, so it's gonna take a while for that thing to show up. Is this router worth it? Yeah, let's take a look. This is... hang on. I literally, I have this router. Hang on. You can't see it, but it is literally, so this is my green screen, and it's right behind my green screen, like right there. So that is specifically, I have the, which one is it? Yeah, the Pro Gaming one. Yep, it's literally the router I have. So personally, I like it. I really do like it, but yeah, that is so funny that you just showed me that. Did I put that somewhere? Are you memeing me somewhere? It is 100% the router I have. That could not be a coincidence. Like, to the specific model and everything. Not even that I got the gaming bundle or any of that stuff either. That's too good. Just search Venom mass copy. Oh my goodness. Tiny, you're making me do all this work? We're looking. What is this mass copy? Oh, this fight scene? Ooh. That's cool. That's really cool. No, I legit want to spend way too much money on this. Honestly, it is good, but what are you using it for? If you're gonna plug directly into the damn thing, I would say that it's maybe not worth it. But if you're gonna be playing on Wi-Fi and stuff like that, it could be worth it for sure. AC 2600, really good, dual band wireless. I mean, gigabit Ethernet speeds. I mean, these are all like things that are pretty awesome. But I don't think I've utilized it in all of its entirety type situation. But okay, both teams are ready. We got to get this. We're gonna get this ball rolling, boys. We're gonna get this ball rolling. Van, we can talk about it after we get done with all this stuff. What's this song? This song is called, yeah, it is Firelight. That is the song. Need it for better Wi-Fi. Oh, there you go. I don't know. I think it's pretty good, but this is probably me being biased. But no, you know what? You know what, Van? Let me do this tonight. Let me mess with some of the settings and give you my opinion once I kind of dive into it more. Currently, it has been flawless and everything, and I really like it. But could have another router that's half the price done just as well? I think so. But let me check it. Let me check on that for you tonight. I heard this is like, you heard this like 2 years ago? Did you really? Oh, man. Yeah, Drew, you got it right, dude. That's crazy. It's a pretty good song. I like it. There's a bunch of royalty-free songs on this from this music collection, so I'm just going through them all. We got one full team. We're just waiting on the next. And there they come. My wife told me that I need to buy that shirt. What shirt? Which one are you talking about? Oh, this shirt right here? Is this what you're talking about? Winner, winner? As if so. It's good. I love it. It's got the chicken on the side. What? He showed us the shirt. No, not the ones I made yet. Not the ones I made. I heard from a former YouTube streamer who is often video mods. Oh yeah. That's awesome. He wore it last week sometime, so I told her what it said. Nice. When we're in chicken dinner. Yes. Love it. Love it. Alright, looks like the game is about to get ready. We're waiting on one more person to uncheck or click that ready button. They're on hold right now, and then we'll be able to start this. So, boys, it's about to go down. Biscuits rip. No, biscuits are still a thing. It's just you being able to check them with a command is not. We're waiting on one more. Just one more. Yeah, I do like these, what are they called? They're like instrumentals. Like, I love this kind of music because I'm just like, I don't need all the words. Like, because sometimes, like, the words can be really cheesy or sometimes the words can be really dark, I guess. And that's what's awesome about some of these royalty-free music is just instrumentals, and you're just like, you can just jam out the entire day. Especially when you have 385 of them. It's good stuff. Sir, okay. Boop. Boop. All right, boys. We are starting in the second set of games. Let's get going. Hope you guys are ready. Thank you again for being patient, sticking around with us. And here we go. So this is T2 versus INF. And right away, we got the Marja ban. Interesting thing is that Marja didn't get picked up from the last game that we saw. Warwick, what are you're asking where did I get the music? If you search royalty-free music on YouTube, you'll see that there's a playlist, and that's where you go. Neff, welcome everybody. Thanks again for stopping in, hanging out. Really do appreciate it. We are just waiting for the bands to come out so that we can start this game. Aram, another one getting banned out. Pretty standard bans right here. Jannar is another pick that we didn't see in that last game. So it's interesting to see how the ways different teams all of a sudden figure out that they don't want to play certain heroes. And sure enough, Jannar would have been such a great pick for either team. But Natalia did very well, and so did Liliana. So, all right, and it looks like they're being very undecisive and switching it up to the Valheim. We did see a lot of marksmen that they were showing that they wanted to ban. T2 full name is Trash Time, correct? Yes, it is. That is very much correct. So it looks like Zenial being the next person to be banned. Zenial is a great hero, don't get me wrong, but always an interesting ban because I feel like there's so many better heroes to ban as opposed to a Zenial. He definitely can change a team fight, but I don't think he can really change the game as much. Let me get this in before all the raging. As much as, say, a Violet or a Valheim. I think that he does very well, but I think that there's just more impacting heroes than him. So right now we have the final ban coming out for INF, and it is going to be the Roxy.
Blue
So
team's turn to pick.
all right, so we are going to be seeing the first pick, and right now, I would like to see a Slims. I think Slims or a Lindis would be a great, solid first pick, just to get your personal preference as opposed to being stuck with a jungler with the other one. Usually, those are going to be the two junglers in this, but maybe that's not going to be the case with T2. It looks like they're deciding to go with the Irie. Irie, solid pick.
Red team's turn to pick.
And it looks like now, knowing that they're going to be versus an Irie, they're going to be going with a Ryoma or an Omen. So Malik being the next pick, I'm going to have to say I do like that so far. They're counter picking the Irie, which is exactly what you want to do. All right, and finally locking in the Omen, which is, like I said, such a strong top lane, and I'm sure will. And against an Irie is a pretty unique battle for sure. So I can't wait to see those two, if that is going to be what's going on. Dude, Geo, 13 days. Wow, man, that's awesome. Thank you so much for the lurking. I really do appreciate that. It looks like blue team finally, after all of the indecisiveness that is the red team trying to pick those top laners, they end up picking Slims and followed up by a Crest. So solid team so far for sure. All right, NF now have to deal with the team that lies before them. I would expect to see more of a jungler picked at this point, but I think I can't remember who exactly is their main jungler. Man, this red team is being very indecisive. You can see that they're either being really methodical or having an issue on who they want to play against this blue team. Looks like Liliana, a solid pick, and Amina. I gotta say, I like that. I like that a lot. Being able to lock someone down with the Omen, and then being able to lock someone down again with the Mina is a great combo. And it will also help with the peels for the marksman, whoever they end up picking up. So right now, final picks coming out for this blue team. It looks like they will need a mid and also a bottom lane. Yeah, I definitely think that this red team is winning these picks so far. The Crest is going to definitely put some, definitely going to help with the fact that this team's so tank heavy. They'll be able to disperse the team quite a bit with Crest's ult. Look at this blue team; it's getting really down to the wire, and they don't know what they're going to go with. And picking up the Tulin and the Arduin, wow. And then immediately going for the Lindis. I gotta say, this red team looks like an all-star team. I really gotta say that this red team really has. I feel like they've won in the pick phase, but again, who knows where we're gonna be doing when it comes down to like just skill. That's what it's gonna come down to. And right now, we're just waiting for the final moments that we can finally start this game and get this going. There's not much else to really look at, right? And I would say that the Irie should be, looks like he's going to go more of a tanky build as opposed to something else. But like, I really would like to see an Irie with a execute. If she doesn't go in and kill the teammate, or the target that she's going for, they're really gonna struggle. And I can see playing her tanky, and I do see that, but I think that you got to kind of go with that execute just to make sure that you get those kills. But yes, this red team is gonna be an issue for them for sure. All right. I do like that Arduin did go with that heal, so that will really help his team, and same with Malik. Kresh also went the heal, so they really are trying to bank on them being able to survive some of these fights. I would have liked to see N execute over on this side. It definitely helps early on and into the late game with that execute. It's so good. But we're not seeing that at all. All right, finally, game is starting. Let's get this going. And if you are just tuning in, this is game 1 of best of 3, T2 versus INF. Looks like the entire blue team and red team running straight down the lane at this point. And the red team is, looks like they're all going to come to mid and say hi. And sure enough, that's what they're doing. Omen is really close to this team, and Slims gets a little too overzealous and ends up hitting Omen for that. And look at this red team. This red team's immediately rotating down to the red buff. And look at the blue team at this point. Look at where Tulin is, not helping his team, not executing on this bottom. And sure enough, there's 3 people here by themselves without a Tulin, and Tulin still has yet to come over here. And look, now he's rotating up top, which isn't a bad situation as well. But they do end up taking the red buff while Slims is busy with the blue. Arduin doing his best to try to break up this team. And ooh, a great hook from the Mina onto the Tulin. And Tulin is taken down about half-life. So the red buff is still up. And this is what I would like to see from Slims, is to see Slims head over to that red buff and try to take it as quickly as possible. But we're just not going to see it. And here we go. Slims throwing out an arrow, trying his best, but ends up hitting a creep. Really wished he probably had that arrow, and Mina would have went down there. And Malik coming in for the swings. He does have that true damage, but he's going to choose to back off at this point. Wow, one more of those combos, and he is definitely dead. Sure enough, he is going to back up at this point, and Liliana is going to be going down on bottom to try to throw out a gank. Slim getting to that red buff, and this is what I'm talking about. What has Slim's been doing this whole time? He went mid instead of rotating over to this red buff. He could have stolen it. That is a guaranteed money for him. And again, he misses an easy arrow there. I feel like he needs to be a little bit more cautious, but look at this red team. Great rotations. They are going to pick up this dragon with little to no effort. And then sure enough, they're seeing Crushed and Mina trying her best to throw out a stun onto this. Oh my god, Liliana coming in and dropping the orb on both of them, hitting both of them, and doing some just insane damage to them at this early in the game. Liliana does see Arduin. Arduin should die here, and that's the second time that Mina has missed an easy hook like that. And here we go. Tulin being taken out. Kresh coming in late to the party. Now wants to fight since he blew his ult, but is going to have to back up. Slim's now in the fray, but has not thrown a spear. Missed a great opportunity. Now throws the spear too little too late. So this blue team not executing very well. Here we go. Slim's down on bottom, popping his ult, trying to get some damage onto this, but a miscommunication for sure from that Kresh. Kresh had no idea and was too busy hanging out down by his tower. Arduin now looking for someone to be able to gank. He is level 3, while the rest of this team is 5 and 6. And look at these big big damage coming in from the Tulin. Tulin does get healed up there and is trying to kill off the Liliana, but is going to have to back off empty-handed. All right. We got a little bit more rotations, and it looks like Lindis is going to be jumping into the blue team's jungle. Look at this, and Mina is in a perfect position to take down the Slims. Slims got so close to the Mina and just overextended by a large amount, and Slims is taken out. Look at this Irie. Irie is going to get taken out here as well. Way too overextended with no life. I really don't know what that was. And look at this. He jumps in as well, trying to get a kill, and is just dead as well. What are we watching right now? Well, it must be a bit miscommunication, because that was I mean, back-to-back kills that they really shouldn't have been able to miss. Mina getting taken out, and Tulin now in hot pursuit of that Omen, but is not going to make it, and just really really dove and went all in on Omen, which really shouldn't. Now Irie going in on Lindis. They're going for the wrong targets at this point. Kill the Lindis, forget everyone else. Arduin coming back and is now back up on top, and Slim's rotating down to bottom for this Malik, but it's just really out of position. Popping his ult to kill the owl minion? I'm confused, but I'll have to take his word that he might have thought that he was going to be able to take it out a little quicker, but just wasn't able to. Doki Doki on the Arduin, getting comboed right now while the rest of his team is in mid. And look at this. This Irie is going to try to head up top while the rest of the red team is rotating down to jungle. Irie is not going to be able to save that tower. Really shouldn't have been up there. And now look at this. Omega now initiating onto her, and she's going to possibly die. Malik coming in, dropping the stun onto, I think, all 4 heroes. And sure enough, the team is picking up absolutely everyone. Crest is the only one up right now. He is under half-life, and he is going to die as well. Irie was the lone survivor in that entire initiation. Still very low, and really needs to get this minion off the tower. So while we got a minute, let's take a look at the gold chart. And sure enough, this blue team has been losing this straight from the beginning.
The blue team tower has been destroyed.
Looks like Irie trying her best to throw out some damage, try to get the ults out, but just wasn't able to get anything going for her team. Slim's throwing out a stun, but the creep is going to respawn or regenerate. And the dragon being picked up for the second time on this red team. Sure enough, this red team is playing like all-stars, and you can definitely tell that they know what they were doing. This blue team is making some interesting mistakes, which I think that they can hopefully improve on as this game goes on. Irie up on top fighting this Omen and is able to get away. All right. Irie down, back on bottom, and look, Tulin is on his way, missing the skill. Excuse me? And look at this, Irie in hot pursuit of the Slims. Slims is going to get taken out, and sure enough, Arduin almost does as well. Irie looking to maybe initiate, but just comes and throws out a stun and is quickly running away. Arduin taken out. Crashed too little, too late, dropping in with the ult, and those ults are so important because they take so long to get back. Looks like Crash could go down here. And sure enough, it looks like that's going to be the case with Malik coming in, throwing the big boy swings, and he's down as well. Irie was able to get the Liliana that overextended on the tower, and Crash is trying his best to get this Mina. Mina luring the enemy into her base, or into her team.
Legendary.
Can I pull back any further? This is the far as it goes. I wish I could. I wish I could. But yep, sure enough, that is the man. It is 3 to 14, 5 towers, 2 dragons, and 2,500 gold for this red team. 3 kills, 0 tigers, 0 dragons, 1,700 gold for this this blue team. All right, it looks like they are going to initiate onto this this Darkslayer. So Darkslayer right now. Oh, Mina actually is going to be able to catch 2 of them, but chooses not to and chooses to zone instead. Darkslayer being picked up by this red team. They are now in such a great position that if they get this Slims, I think this is the end. And sure enough, it is it. They're going to be able to push this so well. Omen down on bottom, doing a great job. Alright. We got the 1 minion that's going to be going to the base. They should be able to do quite a bit of damage to this with that 1 minion there. Skyward Dragon coming out. But a little in an awkward position, to say the least. They're trying their best to try to save that. Liliana getting some great chip damage in there. Malik here. And Malik jumping in like Batman, coming in, throwing out the swipe. Arduin is dead. Slims is gone as well. Crest is gone. And there hasn't been a single player on the red team that is under half-life. This is the game. Oh, Irie running into the core as opposed to running through it and missing her stun. And INF takes game 1. All right. So, wow. That was something else. I really think that INF really won in the picking phase, and then on top of that, it really started to show into the later games. And you can definitely tell that they were there to try at their hardest. So let me get the next games going. Give me just one moment, boys. While we set this game up. Alright. But wow, what a game that was. That was pretty intense. Alright. But yeah, I don't know how T2 can really come back. I think that they definitely need to pick some better champions. Or not better champions, but ones that synergize a little bit better with each other. And then also, there was so many overextensions. The 3 people that went... So the one person, Irie, that was up top, ended up dying. And then we saw Arduin run up top. He died. And then we saw... I think it was Lindis ran up top. And then, or not Lindis, I'm sorry, Slims ran up top and he died. Back to back to back. Not if all 3 would have been there, that would have been such a great team fight gank, something along those lines that they could have set up. But instead, it turned into a 1v1, v1, v1. Hey, thank you so much for that host, buddy. I really do appreciate it. Hope your games were good. Hope you had a good time. We are just getting ready to start game number 2. And if INF wins this one, it will be the last one for sure. So T2 definitely needs to win this. Dogi, you don't have to listen to those guys. You guys just have ways that you can definitely and it's you have ways of ways that you can improve the picking for sure. I think you guys had like a great team, but I don't know if it was a great team against that one. I think that's where a lot of the issues came from. But people having bad games isn't a big deal. Like, I mean, you guys did well in the early stages, but then the INF really pulled it together really well. Their team comps and synergy really did good. But don't listen to chat and stuff like that. Just take what don't take what they say to heart, and just looking for ways to improve. I mean, that's the best way to do it. And don't. It's always good not to let things like that get in your head either. All right. So okay, they're ready. Sorry. All right, boys. Game number 2 happening. If you guys can, keep it kind of positive. Don't let's not talk trash about our fellow people. I'm trying to keep this as, you know, non-toxic as possible. And there's being what's that called? Being making sure that they have ways to improve and just saying, you know, not hurtful things, but you know what I'm saying. You guys get the idea. Let's keep it friendly. All right, let's get going. Boop, boop. There we go. Game number 2. INF, if they win this, they are going to be taking the series for sure. And T2, let's see what they can do. I hope that they can make some adjustments. I would like to definitely see that. Rain, if you ever come to Cali, try Orsh's pizza place. You'll love it. Sagi, I'm actually coming to California for TwitchCon, so I'll be there in less than a month. Rain, can you post the NTG gaming rules in chat? Do you mean constructive criticism / opinions? Yeah, like anything that really helps people, like I'm doing. I'm like saying like, hey, by the way, you know, there's ways that you can improve. Here's some of the things. Just saying you're bad doesn't you know, come with it. People need to know what they need to improve on. That's the whole point of these. This is why this is like the like I always say, the college football of you know, into the pros, is because that people need to know what they need to work on, and that's what we're all here for. I mean, we're here to help each other improve as opposed to just be, you know, toxic and mean. There's already enough toxic and mean stuff out there. Let's just try to be positive, you know? But yes, but it's should still be applied in the rules and guidelines should be applied to all tourneys, in my opinion. I think that it shouldn't just be just rules, guidelines, blah blah blah. I think it just should be a common thing, is that people should just not take the people being toxic shouldn't be a norm in my mind. So we should just, I understand being frustrated in a situation, but definitely being positive is way better for the community in general. I don't think we need to post any guidelines, rules, and stuff like that. I think it just should be common knowledge at this point. But it's not a big deal. Let's focus on the game. I appreciate you guys giving me this little time to just say it. I don't want people to feel bad for us streaming these games, and I just wanted to kind of just take a minute and kind of let you know that we just need to just be positive, you know? Everyone plays at their best sometimes, and some people play at the worst that they have done, and vice, you know what I mean? So it's, if this was you playing, you'd you know, it's for fun. This is all for fun anyway, so let's just keep it nice. So with that all being said, let's focus on the game. We got the Roxy and the Malik on the red side. We got Marja, Slims, and Velheim all banned on this red side as well. Arum, Tulin, and Zenial being banned on this blue side. So the blue side is put out that Tulin, which I find interesting. I think what they're doing is to come out and come out and see a different hero that the mid is going to run. So maybe Tulin is the bread and butter for that mid person. So for instance, if they banned Violet for me, other marksmen I'm okay at, but Violet is my bread and butter. So that is definitely a
Red team's turn to pick.
could definitely hurt me in the picking phase. Chugnar being picked up, great pickup by T2, still out there. In almost every game, he is either picked or banned. And I got to say, great pickup for this T2. This is the kinds of picks that I'm talking about. But they need to be careful. A Roxy and a Chugnar in the same game, they don't have that high damage output. Chugnar is very good at being able to save his team. Roxy just is going to need to have one heck of a game in order to overcome the damage. Chugnar can do damage, but I want to see how that they choose to implement him in this. He could be playing the support. He could be playing damage as well. We'll see. They do need a mid and also a jungler, so those are going to be the next two picked for this red team. So Arduin is viable now. He has great skill synergy with almost all the what's it called? With all the teams, because he has, I think, 2 stuns. So those 2 stuns are just so good as far as being able to lock down a team. And if you build him right, he can potentially do a lot of damage, like we saw just 2 games back. He was 30% of the damage for the team, which is pretty good. But and it looks like we're going to be seeing a Alice. So Jannar was actually picked up on that red team, which is such a good pickup, and Kali being shown on this blue side now with the Pura. Pura, such a good support. Supports right now are in like we talked about with Rest earlier, is that they're in such a great spot, is that almost all of the supports are used in one way or another. And I don't think they need to be changed at all. Like, maybe some need to be toned down, maybe some, but by minor, numbers, but not by large amounts. Like, say, someone like Marja is just such a good thing. All right, so far, let's take a look at the teams, and I gotta say, I like this red team. I like this red team a lot. They do have the ability to get to the Violet, which is always a pretty important thing. They have the Chugnar, they have Jannar, they have everything going for them. The thing that I don't think really fits in with their team comp is the Roxy. She's always the wild card because of her. She's kind of the last one to die, and if she doesn't have the damage and she goes a little too tanky, she can be easily ignored. So that finding that balance is definitely pretty difficult, especially when the teams are pretty different. So
10 seconds remaining.
Chugnar actually counters Pura pretty nicely. Yes, I do agree, and also Arduin as well. So this red team looks really good. If they get a good Chugnar ult and they use it aggressively, Crickneck's going to be able to dive in on Violet with little to no effort and should be able to kill him. If you go look up an old MOBA called Heroes of New Earth, Tencent bought it and literally copy-pasted most of the heroes to AOV. By the way, I used to play Heroes of New Earth a lot. So much that I created a podcast and we had like quite a few games with that. So that's funny that you said that. Google.it. I like it. Support is the easiest role. Support can be the easiest role, but one thing that you gotta note is that it's also a very impacting role. So you can play it at a high level. It's just like most marksmen. Marksmen, they'll say marksmen are easy, but you can play it in such a great way that it really changes the aspect of the game. Mid is the easiest role. The L is literally almost never your fault.
Welcome to
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Get
I miss
ready.
Han. Oh my gosh, you guys are talking about Han now. That's
5
funny.
seconds.
All right, so let's get into this game, boys.
Prepare
This
to
is
engage.
game number 2. If the blue team wins this, they will be taking this. All right, and here we go. And we got things coming out all over the place, and it looks like this. Oh, they're actually trying to go to this blue buff, and oh, look at this, a great initiation onto them. Crickneck is actually going to get taken out here, and Chugnar had to flicker away and is going back into the action. And in the meantime, we got Malik coming in, was able to finish off that Arduin, and that slow from the Khalid did such a great job being able to disengage. So 1-for-1 exchange there. The blue did pick up the blue buff and also the first blood. So great stuff on their part. All right.